Hey team, Watto here. I'm building this from the ground up. One take, no reshoots, just real talk from wherever I am at, which is in my office. These videos are raw on purpose because confidence and impact come from showing up, not being perfect. If it helps me, it might help someone else too. Now, today isn't necessarily shaped around a question from ChatGPT, but I just wanted to have a bit of a chat around how does your brand make people feel? And this is incredibly important, and I just want to unpack what brand is. I'm not necessarily thinking, big social media channels and things like that, but branding really starts from a younger age. So how you grow up, your family values, how you're turning up, you're respectful, you're hardworking, you're honest, and so forth. And in a sense, it starts to shape how people feel, not only when they interact with you, but also when they think about you. So, and when I'm talking about brand, I'm not just talking about your professional brand, I'm talking about your personal brand. And your personal brand might be in a professional sense, but it could be simply a brand as a friend, as a father, mother, sister, brother. It might be a neighbor, a community member. It might be anything. And in a professional sense, it might be a leader, it might be a manager, it might be a peer. It might be someone that supports people in the workplace. And even if you're in an organization, the organization hires you for your brand. Like, even though you're not your own company or entity as such, they're still hiring you for your brand and what you bring every day, because what you bring every day leaves a feeling, and that's what people remember. So I've done some work in the space on the feeling that I want to create. So in a professional sense, when I turn up into, the workshops and the work environment that I'm in, the feeling that I want to leave is a sense of inspiration. That's the feeling that I want people to feel when they interact with me, when they talk with me, when they think about, hey, Dave's coming in to do some work. So inspiration is the feeling that I really want people to have when they're interacting with me, whether that be, physically or through Teams or through phone calls and so forth. And it's really interesting that I've been doing a lot of watching of YouTube stuff, and I've been doing some listening and learning about this guy called MrBeast. And MrBeast, before I actually started watching MrBeast, and his MrBeast YouTube channel, he's got a couple more subscribers than me. But my interest really started when he did an interview with Steve Bartlett, the podcast Diary of a CEO. And when you look at these YouTuber social media people, you don't often consider how tough it is to be doing what they're doing. And MrBeast has the most subscriptions for any person on YouTube, like the biggest YouTube star on the planet. I think he's probably worth, well over $5 billion for a 25-year-old. 25-year-old worth $5 billion. He's doing something right. And I thought, well, if I can learn anything from him, it's going to benefit me, which would be great. But I have only just sort of seen him, in and out of videos through YouTube, and I haven't really been paying attention. But he did this podcast, this video podcast, long form podcast with Steve and Bartlett, and I'll put the link to this video in this channel. But in a sense, it was really a podcast all about him, the struggles that he's faced, even from a young kid, being completely unique, being, very much the outcast, but just had such a passion and vision to do what he's doing on YouTube. And then he starts talking about his life up until now, but he starts talking about his brand he's just started. It's called Feastables. And I'd seen this on the Woolworths shelf before I watched this video. And I thought, you know what, it's a chocolate bar, no big deal, whatever. But after I watched that Diary of a CEO video podcast with Steve Bartlett, all I wanted to do was go out and buy this chocolate bar, because in that video that I watched, MrBeast really brought to life who he is behind the scenes and what he's done to really build the brand, not only of MrBeast, but also Feastables. And the passion and dedication behind something as simple as a chocolate bar is remarkable. It's like inspirational what he's done to get to here. And he talks about the biggest stuff-ups and the biggest screw-ups that he's ever done to get him to the point where now he has a bar on a shelf competing with some of the biggest confectionery global conglomerates there is. And he's doing really well. So now I really look at this bar completely differently. I was down at Woolworths today and I saw one and I'm like, you know what? I'm gonna buy one because the way I look at MrBeast's brand now has completely changed because of that podcast. Like, I look at this choc bar, not simply just a choc bar, but what he's trying to do to the chocolate game. Like, I won't give you the details of what he spoke about and the reason he's, in a sense, launching his own chocolate bar, but it's not some superficial, ego-driven, I want a chocolate bar. Like, it is remarkable the why behind he's got this chocolate bar. So this is dark chocolate bar. It's sensational. And I'm eating it because I want to be part of his brand. Like that. I don't know if that sounds like really cool. Does that sound corny? It might sound corny, but I want to eat this bar because, in a sense, I want to be part of the brand. Like, and it's really good chocolate too. But I want to be part of it. And I want to be part of it because listening to his story invoked a feeling, and it invoked a feeling in me that is very hard to forget. And whenever I see MrBeast or Jimmy, whether it's a show or a Feastable bar, it makes me feel a certain way, and it makes me want to be part of whatever he's doing. So, the chocolate tastes fantastic. ASMR eating review. But, and buying this chocolate bar, it really made me think about the power of a brand and how brands really leave a felt experience. Whether someone's talking about it, you walk past it, you see it on a shelf, or you listen to it on a documentary, an advert. Like, if you're not leaving the right feeling with the people that mean the most, whether that be your family and friends and clients or community, they're never going to believe in you. You know, and MrBeast is probably one of the best in the world at doing this. And I think we can all learn something from it. So the feeling that I want to leave with the people that I interact, whether that be in the personal and professional space, is I want them to feel a sense of inspiration. That be hopefully passing on some knowledge, building some skills and capabilities, or even some tools. So I just challenge you, like, what feeling do you want your brand to leave with the people that you interact with? What feeling do you want your friends and family to feel? What feeling do you want your leader or your organization to feel? Or the people at your local swim club or surf lifesaving club or BMX club, whatever it is? Because if you have that understanding of what feeling you want to leave them, you can actually be quite deliberate in your behaviors, moods, and actions to really invoke that feeling. And it actually keeps you incredibly consistent. And what I mean by that is, if you want to have a feeling, if you want to invoke a feeling of genuine care in people, you can deliberately, very deliberately show up in that way all the time. I think that was a pretty good chat. So that's it for me today. One take, no script, is real talk. If you're learning out loud like I am, let's keep rolling. And if it hits for you, like, comment, subscribe, and share it with someone who needs it. Now, I'm going to keep finishing this chocolate bar because this is a pretty good bar. I try to eat healthy, but for MrBeast, I'm doing this for you. But I'm doing it to prove the value of brand, and the value of brand that invokes a feeling. And hopefully that feeling is a very positive one. Thanks for dialing in.